Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Nicole Storm and Robert Storm. The two of you have been together for 13 years, married for 6 years. I also have in the courtroom Antoinette Fight. She is your sister, correct? And she will be testifying in this matter momentarily. Mrs. Storm, first, why don't you tell me how you met Mr. Storm, and then tell me why we're here in divorce court today.
Well, me and Robert met in 2004. We were living in the Seattle area, and we met at a nudist resort. I was there trying to de-stress and just get some peace and quiet, or just laying down reading my book so nobody would bother me. And apparently he had been there for years, as a member. And he was doing some activity. I think they were playing like volleyball or something down there. And he came over to my blanket where I was sitting and asked if he could sit down with me to chat. And I told him, I'm trying to de-stress. I came up here to actually get some peace. I didn't really want to talk, but he could sit for a few minutes. And a few minutes became a few hours, and we've been together since till today.
You didn't tell the best part of that story.
Oh, yes, actually.
Tell that story,
you're
part
right.
of the story.
Part of our, before we left, we actually decided to make a lunch date for maybe the next day or two. And so we did set a day and time for that. And then Robert asked if he could get my phone number. I said no, because at that time I was not in the business of giving my number out to men, but I would gladly take his number. And he thought that I was being kind of rude and thought that I would never call him, but I did take his number. But anyway, when we did meet the next 2 days for lunch, when I showed up, I was there, and then when he came, he gave me a cell phone. And he said, you don't have to give me your number because now I've got your number. And so,
I thought that was a very cool move.
yeah.
Very cool move.
And I've had that.
Man, clap it up for that. Ain't even gonna clap for my dog. But then you don't do it. Then you ain't putting in effort. Then you not open. Then you not available. You closed-minded and all of that other stuff. Man, I think he on his way to. That was cool. That was cool. Cause honestly, if we keeping it all the way 1,000, I ain't. How y'all know where to meet at on the first date if you ain't have a number? And she came in the door lying. Stop lying. I went to a new... man, you went out there to go read your book. You went out there to go read your book. All right, you got it. You got it.
Same number this whole time, so yeah.
Why are we here today? What happened?
We are here today because after these 12 years of our relationship, and 7 years of being married, actually, I have recently started feeling underappreciated, disrespected, not very valued, and maybe other people are being brought into the situation. And you know, I'm not going to play second fiddle to somebody else in my own marriage.
Okay. Why do you believe you're playing second fiddle to someone else?
Well, for years we had talked about starting up a home business, a family business, a small business, and for years we have talked about that. So he brought in a coworker, and which is fine to help with one of the smaller projects. And so all of a sudden it just started feeling like he was just communicating with this coworker and with the one project that they were going to do out here in LA. And that was fine and dandy. I wasn't trying to get in the middle of it, but I did start having a few questions like, okay, well, where's the paperwork? What are you guys going to be doing? Who's funding it? Who's responsible for what part?
What's going on?
What's going on? Can I see the paperwork? I'm a wife. It's my, he's my husband. It's my company.
Okay, Mr. Storm, why don't you tell me
the truth? You mean you want me to
what's
get the
going
real
on?
story?
Well, you tell me your version of what's happening, and I'll decide what the truth is later on. Go ahead.
First of all, when it came to doing the business, it was my idea to do it. I had these really unique things that I wanted to put out there, and I thought would be quite successful as far as ideas in the commercial end of stuff, doing commercials and stuff for some companies. I was the one totally running all that stuff. It was my ideas. I had been hunting for the right kind of people that could help me get, that kind of production stuff done. And when I found the crew, it's not a
Y'all
person.
killing me with the business details. I want to know about the relationship. She seems to believe that this corporation that you have is not really doing any business, that instead you're fooling around with this individual. Let's talk about that.
That is not that. See, in that, if you should have told me that I would have worn my hip waders if I would have known that kind of stuff was coming out, because that has not happened. It's never happened. It's
where's the
strictly
paperwork?
been professional, because nothing ever was able to happen.
Where's the
because
contract?
you killed everything.
How is it a business if there's no contract?
She destroyed everything. She would attack them verbally. She'd get on their emails and their Facebooks, write ugly things. They just finally said, "Look, I can't work with you because your wife."
Were you
is...
wilding out on social media at the people he was trying to work with?
Yes. You should see. They had to block her.
No, hang on.
One time after the end that I was fed up and I had already decided that I was headed for divorce court. Once my marriage was over, yes.
What led you to believe? Give me some information about what leads you to believe he was doing something underhanded.
Where's the paperwork? I want to see the contract. I want to make sure Storm Industries, as us, is not being taken advantage of. Can I see the details? What are we responsible for? What are we going to be compensated for?
I get that part. I get that part. I want to talk about. He might be a lousy businessman, but I'm not seeing cheating. And you're not telling me the part about why you think.
I never said he was cheating. I never said he was cheating.
Man, I don't know, and y'all don't know, and I'm not about to sit up here and try and figure it out. I've been patient. I've been trying to be patient. I don't know how the fuck he stayed as patient as he been being patient with it, but this lady is getting on the last one, bro. What the fuck? I ain't that there. Y'all, I'll be there, but I ain't that there. You just sat up here and said that you thought that this man was... Bro, she need to take her on vacation. Take her on vacation. Shut it down. And this is the truth. This is the truth. Sometimes you got to shut it down. Sometimes you got to shut it down. All right, cool. We ain't going to deal with none of that. I'm only going to deal with you. I'm only dealing with you. I don't want to hear nothing about no numbers. I don't want to hear nothing about no... I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear it. Only thing... sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes you have to, but her wire, it's like she's not... Like, she don't drink... Like, she is coffee. Like, she is... Man, that's a lot. That's a lot. I know I ain't tripping. She said he was cheating. I ain't tripping. My dog cool. He cool.
I have never, not
So
never.
the whole thing is about the business.
It's me and my husband have a business. So why don't I have any details? Can I not see the details of the business?
Your Honor, first of all, most of our business meetings that we had when these people were on our patio, because I didn't want her to assume.
Two meetings was on our patio.
And the rest of them that were at studios, she was with me there to actually see. And this is where they started saying, look, we can't work if she's going to be around because she destroys everything.
That is not true.
Oh,
that it never happened. That happened. That never happened.
Relax. I understand that you both contend that the other one has an alcohol issue. Is that accurate?
We both have had alcohol issues in the past in our relationship. Yes. And
she goes into anger, and that's
I'll get to you in just one second.
Okay.
We both have had alcohol issues throughout our relationship. In the past, for about the past 7 months, we actually had made a pact, a commitment to each other to really honestly try to save our marriage and not indulge in any alcohol at all. And we have been doing that for about 7 years. I mean, for about 7 months, which is, it's a start, and it is very good. And
that's
we've
great.
been actually had about.
That's great.
We've, had about the most peaceful 7 months that I can ever remember, with no fighting, no arguing, none of this craziness. And so it was working for us. And then just here recently, again, at the end of that about 7 month period, he decided he wanted to, for whatever reason, pick up the pattern in that again. And so after a lot of this business stuff has already been building up, that was the last straw for me, and I left.
Yeah, gotcha. I got you. Mr. Storm, you say she has a problem with drinking, and when she drinks, she gets very angry. Tell me about that.
Oh, man. Well, there's a good example, and I got blamed from this. I'm sure Antoinette's going to expound on that, but she was 1,200 miles away on one of her disappearing acts again. I was nowhere around, and she goes to a class reunion and makes a total idiot of herself by yelling and screaming at everybody from what I heard. Now, I did not witness it because I was 1,200 miles away, but some of their friends called and said,
Well, then talk about what you know about. You know, you've been married for 7 years.
And
Talk
so
about
it's
something you know
like,
about.
and what's she doing? She's up there pounding down the bottle, and yet she's sitting there going, I'm the one with the drinking
This
problem?
time I'm distressed. I have left my husband, and we were having troubles by now. But back to our both having the anger.
He said pounding the bottle.
When my husband drinks, he also becomes angry, and he hurls insults.
Mrs. Storm, I gotta say this. You are a runaway train. You really are. And I think you have an emotional engine there that is just in overdrive. And I think that might be in part some of your problem. Ms. Fight, I'm going to ask you to stand up.
Man, shout out. Well, appreciate you, Judge. You know what you do, and you do it well. You do it the best. You do it the best, but you got to be honest with people. You have to be honest with people. And a lot of the times, people know it. People know it. I think we're in our bodies and our mind and all of that stuff. That little voice that be like, all right, I'm going to run it. I'm going to run it. Y'all better not run no more red lights. Stop running red lights. Don't run no red lights. Don't speed. Don't do none of that. Don't even have that thought. That's why I said what I said. Don't even think like that. Y'all, I know. I'm telling you, bro, I be undefeated, be everywhere. I be right there in the car with you. Soon as you hit the key, you boom. Yeah, I'm running. No, bro, don't. But no, I'm being for real. I'm for real. We with ourselves enough, to understand and to know about ourselves. Self-awareness, to be self-aware. So she get it, but I feel like, honestly, it's a lot better when you have other people, especially friends, those who love you to tell you about yourself, good or bad. She has bad qualities, but again, she's not all bad. No one is all bad or all good. I don't believe that. I don't believe it's a person that wake up and is like, oh, well, today's the great day and I'm going to mow the lawn and look at the cloud and sprinkle the grass and and they never get angry. I don't believe that. I don't believe that everybody, that bad. I don't believe it. I just don't. So, again, I don't want to say shout out. More respect than that. We got to do more respect than that to judge. Good one.
Tell me what you know about these two.
So, yes, I've known her all her life. And yes, she's very emotional. She's very dramatic. If she's happy, everybody's going to know it. If she's upset, everybody's going to know it. Yes, that is true. To the where she has said things like, he may as well be fooling around because of all the meetings, the drives to Arizona and back, just him and the business partner.
No, I don't. Let's do this. You have information about some cheating you allege he did.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
So when he's talking about the night she went to her class reunion and cut up, that morning, he had called me 6 o'clock in the morning. The night before, we had been trying to reach him, and that's partly why she came back to me. She was upset. He didn't come home. He didn't answer his phone. No text messages. Her and I both trying to reach him. Couldn't get him. She hopped a plane, came back to me. On her way back to me at 6 o'clock in the morning, he leaves me a voicemail. Sorry, I didn't answer calls. My phone was charging out in the truck.
I'm getting old.
Hold on. Okay, he says, hold on. Hold on. I'm getting another call. Well, he doesn't put me on hold. He puts me on three-way.
On
and
purpose.
So I hear the other call, and it's a young lady, and she's apologizing for leaving early the night before. She's on her way back now. She's waiting for a cab. Does he promise to please take care of her? And if he does, she will take care of him, and she'll make up for leaving early the night before.
Okay, Mr. Storm, you want to respond to that, sir?
Okay, that was my birthday, which my wonderful wife got up and left because she threw a scene in the middle of a casino, and we were asked to vacate the property. And so she does a disappearing act, ends up with her, and I'm sitting there, and what I did was it was my birthday, and I thought, I'm going to get me one of those massages. So I went to, find a place that does a massage. That's what it was. It was this person that was supposed, they come out and they put up a table or whatever, and they give you a back massage. But it wasn't no messing around stuff. And then that person never even made it. So it's like I didn't even get a massage out of it.
You say she lays in beds all day, watches TV, you try to get her to go bowling, gardening, all this kind of stuff, and she never wants to do anything. Why don't you tell me about that concern that you have?
One of the things I put together because of her being stressed out, popping off at everybody and yelling and screaming all the time. She said she's got too much stress in her life, but she doesn't do a thing but sit in bed and play whatever, Candy Crush or something like that, or games with people. And, so she wants this garden. I put thousands of dollars into these block walls and bring in truckloads of topsoil and all that, because where we're at is not the best soil. So I built her this beautiful garden. The first year she does it. After that, I prepare it, and I prepare it, and I prepare it for her, and she doesn't even go put a seed in it. She just lays in bed and plays or whatever.
True.
Oh,
It's
it
not
is
true.
too.
Okay, well,
If you look at her
That's not
Facebook,
true.
you can look at her Facebook every year. She's got, this is, what she harvests out of her garden.
let me talk to Mrs. Storm. What is your response to that allegation?
That is not true. I have a lot of hobbies, and I love to do them at different times. I love my garden. I do it sometimes I don't. I do different things individually. I do bingo, I do yoga, I do karaoke. He doesn't do those things. Go do some man things. Don't worry about that. We do things together. We do go bowling. We go to the movies. We go out. We like to go traveling around. We do plenty of things together.
I got it. Okay. Ms. Fight, what do you think the problem is in this marriage? Is it drinking? Do you think he's womanizing? What's going on?
Drinking is an issue for both of them. And, like he says he doesn't have a problem. They've come to my house for graduation parties and stuff. There's one time I remember she was drunk. He was helping her inside the house. He's fine. He's not drunk. He's stumbling, bangs her head on the door frame. They were, and everyone
both have
around.
issues
Yeah,
with
everyone
drinking.
around. We all know. We all know. They have been good for each other. Recently, I know that her complaints have been about the business. She feels like he's lying. Something else is going on. How come there's no paperwork with all this business ideas? That has really upset her. And then when he started drinking again in July, that did tip her overboard. But I think recently the lying about business and.
At the risk of opening this door again, and because you asked me to award you attorney's fees so you can look into the actions of this business to determine what your exposure is, what your liability is, and what actually has been going on. The question I want to ask is, what is the business and what paperwork aren't you seeing? Has he made contracts you haven't been aware of, or has it just been inactive? Do you see what I'm saying?
I don't know exactly. I don't know because I haven't seen anything. But to let him tell it, they're down here doing a lot of business, looking for studios, refurbishing studios, or trying to do these things. We have a business. I know I have a business. I have my evidence. So
Mr. Storm, what's your response to that? What's the business doing? Is that, do you have minutes? Do you have
not one
bank
thing?
account?
It's all been planning. You can't sign a contract until you know which direction you're going to do.
Where's the planning in your head?
Yes.
No.
I'm done. I'm done. Why don't you guys dissolve the corporation? All it is a filing with the state of Nevada.
It's just a piece of paper. I already said that to her like a couple weeks ago. She's like, well, what about business? I said, you can have it. It's just a piece of paper. That's all it is.
I will write an order requiring you to dissolve the corporation within 30 days. All it is a filing with the state of Nevada, because that's all you have is a state of articles of incorporation. Do you have anything that you believe he's done that might somehow cause you liability or anything? Because I've had corporations before that have just been dormant for years because I didn't get a contract. I haven't done anything. So corporations in and of themselves don't generate paper unless they're doing stuff. Did he have meetings or stuff? Would he not allow you to go to meetings? Would he not allow you to participate in all that looking he was doing?
No.
Oh, Ms. Fife, I'm going to let you have a seat there. Sitting up all there and I'm whooping and hollering. Go ahead, Mrs. Storm.
No, that is not the situation. If I could go to any meeting that I wanted to go to. I don't need to micromanage that much. I don't need to do that. But I did want to know, okay, if this is a coworker, where is the paperwork that shows we have made her a part of our Storm Industries, or we're doing this little business with her, that part?
So she's the woman you think he's messing with?
Yes, because there's nothing that even shows that she's working with us, me, him, or anybody.
I got you. I got you. I see what you're saying. Here, listen, this is how I'm going to resolve this. You asked for money for an attorney to look into this corporation. What I'm going to do is order him to file with the state of Nevada dissolving the corporation, the Secretary of State. We will do that. And on top of it, you said I could go to any meeting I want to, but I chose not to. That blew you out of the water right there. If you have the right to participate in the business, you should have participated in the business. And the fact that you don't know anything about the business is because you didn't participate. I can't award you an attorney's fees because you failed to do what is the rudimentary level participation in a business you say you were in. You know,
that's not our only part of the business. I was doing other small projects. This was his project, but still, where's the paperwork showing that part of the project?
I hear what you're saying, but I hear what you're saying. There will be an order.
Man, don't nobody care about the marriage. Hold on, we got to stop it right there. I never wanted to come down to that, bro. They ain't even get no advice on how to build that marriage, how to fix that marriage. That marriage was the business. It was the business. It was the business. That's man. I don't know. I ain't never seen anything like this. I'm not. We've been doing these for a minute. I've never seen anything like this. They ain't say why they love each other. The little 90-second, excuse me, professional. Why they love each other. Damn, they met on a. Look at how they met. Go back and look at how they met, but. That's cold. That just seemed cold, bro. And you can't put the finger on it to say it was his fault, her fault. It ain't. I don't know. I do know. I don't like it. I don't like that at all. Your business is more important than your marriage. And she was so far off, goddamn, she couldn't even see the marriage, that it wasn't a marriage. It was just a business. Dog up, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all, we got another outro. Should I bring the outro back? Darrell, what up, bro? I've been thinking about bringing the outro back. Them words been ringing ringing through my headphone. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that video. GTG, the family as always is love. And I'm out.
Order to dissolve the corporation.
My bad. No, I'm not. I lied.
And then you guys go your separate ways.
Okay.
This matter is adjourned.